Hey, what's going on, everybody? As you can see from the title of this video, I wanted to just kind of go over my thoughts about Splatoon 3 Luti Season 17 and just kind of like my experience of like entering the Luti bracket for the first time ever. I've never really played comp Splatoon like that ever, but I have been playing the game since the first release on the Wii U. That was like 10 years ago. I've always kind of treated the game as like just like casual for fun, you know. I mean, I like that it had a ranked mode and I can get sweaty if I wanted to, but I never like considered playing it in tournament before or really like competing super hard in it, mainly because I was the only one that really played it in my friend circle. But fast forward to today, in Splatoon 3, I do have a closer knit of friends to play the game with, and we take it super seriously. I mean, at least I do. I know I'm putting in a lot of like hours and time. I'm like thinking about the game, thinking about matchups, thinking about comps. Like I'm in the middle of work and I'm just out here thinking about this little baby game. But when I started looking at like the grander scope of like how tournaments work and divisions and all that, just like a massive pill to swallow, just like so much information that you kind of have to acclimate yourself with. I just never really used Discord like that, and I don't know, like it just seemed like a lot of like resources was just like, oh, for more information go to this Discord, but like Discord's like a big chat room. Like what are you on about? I don't know, maybe that's just like too boomer mentality. Getting into Luti, the first things first, right? It was like looking over the rules, how Luti works, this and that, and like I gotta say, like, this isn't uniquely a Splatoon problem. Like, I've experienced this with Smash, I experienced this with Street Fighter. Like, these rule sets, like, the documents to look over this stuff is, like, why is it the most boring, like, it's like a Word document. It's always, like, just, like, it feels like I'm at a job. Like, I don't understand what that's about. I don't know how we haven't come up with a way to like streamline important information and then like the more nuanced things to be organized in a way that's just easier to look at and easier to look up. Like having to pull up this like rule document and like look over it, it's just like such a pain in the ass. But up front, Luti is pretty straightforward in saying that you have to be available. It's like, you know, it's a weekly, you basically do a tournament set each week. And you have to be available, you know, like at least one of those days. You and your whole team have to be available at least one of those days every single week consecutively, right? In pools, it's like 6 weeks you have to like make sure you're available for. With the 6th week being the like makeup week, essentially. So assuming you go into your week 1 match and let's say your like opponents for week 1 they just cannot schedule a day, they can't figure it out, they will have to use their reschedule. Every team gets one, from what I understand, and then they will be placed in the week 6. So this gets kind of weird, right? Because if there's going to be 5 matches, assuming you had like all 3, let's say all 5 teams, right, just weren't available. Like let's say my team was available all 5 weeks. We had really open like availability. We were really flexible. All 5 teams decided to use their reschedule. Are you telling me I have to do 5 tournament sets all in 1 week? Like, huh? And the weird part is that if let's say the first 5 weeks my team was available, the 6th week is like really tough to like be open for. If we can't make it to those matches, we get penalized. And I feel like that's a little ass backwards. I feel like it's on the team who had to reschedule. Like I feel like they're the ones that kind of have to be the one to bend the knee to us. Like we were there on time, ready each week, but because you guys weren't ready, like we get penalized because we weren't ready in this reschedule week. I don't know, I feel like that's kind of ass backwards. Like if I show up to work and I'm late, like the job, my company, my boss, they don't get in trouble. I'm the one that gets in trouble, you know what I mean? We just got kind of like led into a situation where we had like 2 teams, I think it was like our week 3 and week 4 if I remember correctly. No, week 4, week 5 that oh no, I'm sorry. We had one that rescheduled and we had another one that was like about to reschedule, but they found a sub. I don't know. It was weird. And that was another thing too, like the team that had the sub didn't have this player like listed in their team, so that means they found some like random dude. No idea where this person came from. I mean, we beat this team, which is cool for us, but like, I don't know, the integrity of the system just, I was already starting to see like the inconsistencies and like, I don't know, like, is this legit competition? You know what I mean? Especially since the Luti format is kind of what determines your division. And so it's like, man, like, I mean, we got seeded into Division 10 because we didn't play in, because I should have mentioned this earlier, but Luti has like a like pre-tournament tournament, basically, that's just like a one-day thing, and it kind of, they get their seeding information through that based off your results. So if we weren't able to make it to that like tournament, so we got seeded, you know, really low, so we were Division 10. Again, this is our first time ever being ranked at all or classed into the division system at all, so, you know, whatever, like, I'm good with being Div 10, you know, off rip. Makes sense to me. But my team found like most of our opponent, we literally like 5-0'd almost every team in our pool except for 2 teams, and against one of them we had a disconnect, so it was kind of like we dropped the first game like just barely, but like whatever, like they got us, I mean, good on them. But then like the second game we lost to them, it was because like our teammate disconnected and we just played it out, and even then we still almost won. It was definitely doable. Fuck. And then the other team was Syncopation, and they like curb stomped us, like absolutely just destroyed us. It was brutal. I was mad salty. And one thing I noticed is that like every set that we had that was streamed, where we won like really solidly and concretely, like we kind of felt like the casters were like kind of downplaying us a lot. They're like, oh, this is just the nature of Division 10 and blah blah blah, like people get misseeded all the time and this and that. So, you know, like this is kind of the nature of this division, because you have teams that never played in a tournament before but are really strong. You have teams that are, you know, struggling because they're brand new, and you know, like that on itself isn't like, that doesn't really bother me to mention that, but it did feel like our wins were kind of like discredited anytime we were on stream, which was kind of like, I don't know, maybe do this face, you know, the one like the. And then like when I saw Syncopation, who had a perfect record, by the way, in our pool, they didn't drop a single game all of pools. Oh no, they dropped a game to us. We took one game off of them. But whenever they were on stream, they like at least the last time they were on stream, I watched them like in their pools match, and like the casters were just like, these guys are so good, they're doing a clean sweep, this and that, and I was just like, okay, I see how it is. All right, like, yeah, they're so good, but when we win, we're misseeded. All right, I got it. I just kind of felt like it made it a little unhype, you know? Like, there was one caster in our set before we fought Syncopation that was like kind of creating a little bit of a story, which I really appreciated. I thought it was actually really cool. He was like, they were hyping up the match, and they were like, oh yeah, like both teams haven't dropped the set. They're both really strong. They're kind of like on opposite sides of bracket. They're going to meet up in like the last week. Like that's going to be like a hype Div 10 match to watch, even though we got stomped. Like they were hyping it up. And then like some other person cuts in and was just like, yeah, but like Dot Inc., they're kind of just like misseeded. Like they shouldn't be in Div 10 and this and that. And just like completely deflated all the hype. And I was like, what? Another thing I noticed too is when I was looking at the player profile pages on Sendu for Syncopation, and as well in the playoffs, like the team we played against, I'm having a hard time remembering them off the top of my head, but like some of their players, like in their bios, are like talking about, oh yeah, like, oh, I used to play on this team, we got Div 3, we played on this team, we got Div 5, Div 6, whatever. And it's like, damn, like you guys are already, like you have players on your team that are already in these high divisions. Meanwhile, my team's all completely brand new people. And then we're the ones being accused of like being misseeded, and like what is up with that? Like that, I feel like that should not fly. I just feel like of course, no like tournament system is gonna be like bulletproof. There's gonna be some, something that's gonna be a little bit eyebrow raising, right? But it kind of like deflated how seriously I was taking the tournament series by a large margin. It just like I just wish like there was a little more transparency that like this isn't like the standard isn't as high as it's being made out to be. And look, that's no shade to like the people who run Luti, the TOs, the people who stream it. No disrespect, like it's really cool that something like this even exists. And like, it's it's a lot of work. It's a big deal, and no disrespect there. Like I appreciate the work that goes into it. But, it's just like as a competitor, from my point of view, from my experience, it was just kind of like, I don't know, it just made me feel less excited about being a part of it. Don't want to be making up excuses either, like we lost. We definitely lost, but a little part of me can't help but feel like it was like, okay, but like we're playing against like players that are not Division 10. Like we feel a little cheated. At least I do. All in all, though, I'm really glad I had this experience, though, because like something about like the week-to-week format, like prepping for each team, like I was making like spreadsheets and shit, and like looking at their weapon pools on Sendu, and I was like, okay, like what are we struggling with? Like when we just play in Anarchy and stuff, or in scrims, like what do we need to work on as a team? Like grinding and like game planning and trying to figure things out, looking over our own like performance and matches and stuff, like super cool. Like I feel like I leveled up a lot just through playing in the bracket. Was really hoping to like at least take a game in playoffs. We immediately lost when we got into that playoff bracket, but hey man, we made it to playoffs, and I feel like there's a lot of teams that didn't make it to playoffs, so should be grateful for that at least. I am definitely interested in like doing Luti again. It also like gave me something to make content around on my YouTube channel, so I know like a lot of my friends don't really care about Splatoon like that, and I don't really know anyone in real life outside of my friend circle. I mean, unless it's like online or something, game's huge, it's made by Nintendo, it's on one of the best selling systems ever, no one plays it, it's so weird. So I really hope to be making some more content in the future, and yeah man, thanks for checking this out. Later.